We are back in black in the building. What is going on? Shout out to everybody out there. If you have the Core Plantation, I fuck with you. Shout out to everybody out there. You already know. All the people I fuck with, you already know what it is. You already know I'm gonna hit y'all with it. Did he come back? Did Jesus come back today? Don't tell me he didn't come back. All that. You know that. You know what y'all do. I'm not talking about to the real Christians that really go to church. I'm talking about to the fake motherfuckers that think they go to church because it's an insurance plan. Well, let me go just in case it's real. I'm talking about them. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Like I said, if you're at the Core Plantation, I fuck with you. You already know who I am. I'm your host, Warren G, in the place to be. Been clowning sucker free since 2003. Man, that was 20 years ago, and you couldn't finesse me. That's when I started thinking about me. Man, we gonna get into it, man. We gonna talk about the target of racism. We gonna talk about our brother Jonathan Majors, and now all of a sudden he's got an assault charge and all that stuff. See, when you start seeing brothers and shit, and they're just doing what they need to do to survive, you're gonna see them being marketed as this out of control human being or a person that is volatile. You know, you have to watch that. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about, look, man, shout out to everybody out there in Texas and Georgia. Shout out to my brother Dave from No Compromise. Shout out to my brother James Youngblood, man. Hey, if you're in Texas, Georgia and all that, man, my thoughts and prayers go with you. Y'all be safe out there because we already know them storms is coming, which I think they're man-made as it is. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But before we go in, man, we're going to get into this subject with Jonathan Majors. Let's get it. Man. That is crazy, man. This is what we got on CNN. Hold on. Actor Jonathan Majors, who has recently starred in Creed 3, which is great, by the way, and in Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania, was arrested Saturday morning in an alleged domestic dispute, New York police say. Majors, 33, was taken into custody following a 911 call made from an apartment in the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan, according to a statement from the New York Police Department. The victim informed police she was assaulted. The statement said the 30-year-old woman had minor injuries to her head and her neck, police said. Majors faces charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment, according to the New York Police Department. An attorney for Majors, Priya Chandri, said the actor is completely innocent and was probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. We are quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all charges will be dropped imminently, Chandri said in a statement Sunday. That evidence would include 2 written statements from the woman recanting the allegations, the attorney claimed, and as well as video footage from a vehicle where the incident purportedly occurred and testimony from the driver and other witnesses. All the evidence proves that Majors is entirely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever, Chandri says. Majors is no longer in police custody, according to the New York Police Department Saturday night. In the wake of the allegations, the U.S. Army announced it is pulling 2 recently released recruiting ads feature Majors, saying in a statement it was deeply concerned. While Mr. Majors is innocent until proven guilty, prudence dictates that we pull our ads into the investigation into these allegations is complete. The statement from the Army Enterprise Marketing Office says. All right. Now, here, I'm going to tell y'all what I think. Okay. First, let's get into it. See, people will try you when you're black in white America, in the United States of America Incorporated, and you are somehow successful by just a minute, movement, and you're kind of successful, they're gonna go after you. You're gonna be the target of their racism. And two, let's not forget Johnny Depp. Remember Disney and all them pulled all their ads and shit when that woman was saying he was doing all that sucker shit. And then when he took that, then when they went to court, it came out that bitch was a nutty bitch. What happened? Johnny Depp sued Disney. They had to give him some money and give him a bag. So Jonathan Majors, I hope if he ever heard this, bruh, stay strong, stay solid. You need to think twice before you have people around you. You are a megastar now, sir. You're not just no person that's in no YouTube clips or anything. I'm not saying that people on YouTube are not stars, but you're a megastar. You're in Disney, you're in Creed. You have to move differently. You kind of almost have to move in such a way where people give them your email. A bitch want to fuck, give them an email and make them sign an NDA before they even get anywhere near you. You're gonna have to start moving like that because they'll destroy us with no problem. They'll kick us the fuck out of Hollywood, and that's it. You see what happened to Jason Mitchell? I don't know if y'all remember this. Jason Mitchell was our brother that was in NWA, Straight Outta Compton movie. He played Eazy-E, and then he was in The Chi. Well, he couldn't get it together, and now you don't see him in shit. Because we have to understand that this is not your platform. This is called the corporate plantation. It's the same thing as us that we go to work. It's just a little different. You get paid more, but it's a job, and you have to disassociate yourself with people that's going to tarnish your brand. Because at the end of the day, man, it's about you getting your bread. Motherfuckers be talking all that shit about, this and this and that, and people, he sold out and all this other stuff. But man, when a person gets an opportunity like Jonathan Majors, and you get that great break that you need, somebody opens the door, you're not trying to lose that bread. You're not trying to lose that money. And motherfucker, that's like, look, it's the equivalency to you working at the corporate plantation. If you're doing well, you're doing good, you may not want to be nobody's supervisor. You might just want to get the bread. And what if they say, hey man, we're going to give you more bread? What you going to do? Turn it down? Oh, I'm going to sell it if I take that bread. No, you're going to take the bread because you were worried about you first. And then you're worried about, everything else second, because you got to feed yourself first. And see, we have to understand a lot of the times, man, when you're put in the limelight, you got all kinds of wolves and savages and African wild dogs, and you're in the jungle. You're in the wilderness. You're either the predator or the prey. As this white man told me at 24 Hour Fitness, he said, hey, bud, either you got a plan for yourself or somebody's got a plan for you. And it really, really taught me something. And he's right. And that didn't surprise me with Jonathan Majors. And I'm pretty sure they try to come at Michael B. Jordan, but Michael B. Jordan grew up in Hollywood. He grew up in that. So he kind of sees what the fuck is going on. That's why motherfuckers can't really get to him like that. You know what I mean? But with our brother Jonathan Majors, you got to keep your circle tight, man. You got to keep real motherfuckers around you. Because that person who did that and got you out there like that could cause you to lose sponsorships and all kinds of shit. And we know you want to be in Hollywood. So if you want to be in Hollywood, you got to disassociate yourself. And that person that's around you, let me tell you something. I'm not saying that couples don't have fights, arguments, may even get physical. That is between you and your significant other and your household. It should not be getting leaked to everybody, and if you got to call the police, then you don't need to be around that person. Why don't you just pack your shit up and leave? You don't need to call the police. But what a lot of people want to do is they want to damage your credibility. They want to damage your imagery. Especially when you're a black man in Hollywood and a lot of people know all they got to do is call the police. It just what happens to us doesn't happen to white men. Russell Crowe was calling Azealia Banks a nigga bitch and spit on her and everything. Ain't nothing ever happened to Russell. And Russell Crowe probably is a racist motherfucker. I don't put shit past none of these dominant society motherfuckers that got money. But here's the thing. You're not them. So that's not going to happen to you. They're gonna throw the book at you. They're gonna kick you in your ass and kick you the fuck out of Hollywood. That's what they're gonna do. And you can say, well, fuck Hollywood. Okay, that's fine. But to the average motherfucker that wants to be in Hollywood, wants to make money, that is not our right to try to destroy them. Just get the fuck away from them. That's the problem with people. It's like working at the job. I'm gonna tell you, same thing at the Court Plantation. James Youngblood, David, Tasha, I already know that you get on the job, and let's say you that nigga at the job. Let's just keep it a buck. You are that nigga. You are that person that go to work, do your job, everybody respects you, you don't smile, you do your job, and you go the fuck home, and you have built a great imagery around you because the imagery is solid. It isn't fake, phony. Nobody had no negative shit to say to you. Nobody had nobody has overly whelming abundance of positive shit to say about you, but motherfuckers respect you. And motherfuckers won't go dry snitch on you because anybody that goes and dry snitch would be like, nah, that don't sound like that person because they come to work every day and they do their job. You're not gonna want nobody trying to tarnish what you built at the job. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, well, fuck this job. Okay, good. For all you niggas that are like, fuck this job, I like that energy. Take that energy and get the fuck away from people that want to work and do due diligence at their job. Oh, well, Warren, man, you sound like no, I don't. Without your job, look, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not meant to be a business owner. That's why we have what's called corporate plantations in the United States of America Incorporated. Some people's lane is corporate plantation. Some people's lane is being a business owner. But let me tell you something. If your lane is the corporate plantation lane, that doesn't mean that I get the right to work on the job with you and tarnish your imagery and fuck up your brand because I don't like the job. That's what I'm saying. And as black folk, a lot of the time, we have a big problem with that. Well, fuck this job, man. Why you working so hard and all this other stuff? And I get it. Because you looking like, damn, why you work? And I get it. But some people are like, fuck that, man. This shit is feed me, and I don't know how to be no business owner. So we have to be mindful of that. I've had those issues at the job before. You know what I'm saying? Where I work 1 or 2 jobs, or, I used to work 2 or 3 jobs, whatever. And, I would take it light because I'd be tired because I'm working 2 and 3 jobs. But when you don't work those 2 or 3 jobs and maybe you work 1 job, so you try to take pride in it because it's giving you the overtime. It's feeding you. That doesn't mean you're overly a Sambo or a coon, like, oh my God, this job, I'm so thankful for this job. No, what you do is you're slow to speak, eager to hear, you get on the job, you do your job, and you get the fuck on. Niggas gonna talk shit anyway. I remember I went through an incident with that, and I had to tell this motherfucker, I had to tell this person, man, not a cool person and everything, but I had to tell him, look, man, if you ain't trying to work and you ain't trying to do what you need to do and all that, man, I can't fuck with you like that. Because if it's between me and you, it's gonna always be you and it'll never be me. Because you're not gonna take away what's feeding me because you don't give a fuck. Some people have that mentality. Well, fuck it, I don't care. Okay, well, get the fuck away from me. And that's what I mean. Don't come near me with the sucker shit. Because I believe that woman and Mr. Majors, they could have handled that privately. Am I condoning him going oops upside her head or choking if he did? No. I don't condone that, but I just watched Dateline NBC where this white man, this dominant society man, he got out of prison for choking and strangulation and raping women. They let him out. He go join this Christian church, and then he still was doing the same shit. And it took them forever to catch him. It took 10 witnesses to put his ass behind bars. And then when he's behind bars, he's still declaring his innocence. But this brother Jonathan Majors, he's guilty. He's guilty before proven innocent. And that situation could really tarnish his brand. It could really get him blackballed in Hollywood. He's not Will Smith, where he's made so many movies and so much shit where he can do a fuck up and he can still lean on the movies that he's made. No. And y'all know how Disney is. If Disney will do Johnny Depp the way they did Johnny Depp, then who the fuck is Jonathan Majors? Who is he? Nobody. To them. We, to me, have to be more concerned about having value in ourselves so we don't get around each other, get to fight and argue, and we destroy the bag for each other. We have a lot of that going on, man. And I feel like we need to wake up. It's just like working at the Court Plantation. I want to hear y'all comments about this shit too. Tasha, James Youngblood, David. You know what I mean? I want to, what do y'all think about this? Because I've been in several situations. I've been in situations where I didn't give a fuck about the job. The only thing I didn't do was I didn't fuck up nobody else's brand. I remember when I was working at Silver Mesa, and this racist white woman that was moved up there, and me and her didn't get along at another rec center. She was moved up there, so I didn't give a fuck. And the bitch took me off the schedule, and I could have sued. I could have done all that. But at the time, I didn't really give a fuck because I didn't want to give that shit no energy. It's part-time anyway. And when I left, I just left graciously. I always do that. I don't cause a commotion. I don't do no sucker shit. I just leave. You know what I mean? When you leave departments, or you know what I mean? You know how you have some people, even when you don't get along with family members, when I don't get along with family members, I just back. I don't cause ruckuses. I don't get to arguing. I don't like to go back and forth. I'm too old for that shit. You just got to learn how to back. You got to move aside to move ahead. You know what I mean? I remember when I worked at Opportunity Village, and a lot of the black folk there were not smiley. And they did not fuck with everybody. And I learned a lot from them. And when I left Opportunity Village, you know, I was in this one department, and this white dude that was over the department, you know, he gave off anti-black racism vibes, but I wasn't tripping because I was getting paid. But when he started having disagreements with other black folk, you could tell he was taking out any black person that was around. And when I got out of that department, I didn't cause no ruckus. I just got out of that department and moved the fuck home. I ended up leaving that. I even ended up leaving Opportunity Village anyway. And Opportunity Village was a great place to work for black folk, but I just felt like some people that are in charge, man, they just want to take it to another level. But I still didn't make it where, where management was targeting all the black folk because Warren didn't really give a fuck. Nah, sometimes you just gotta keep to yourself. And I do that anywhere, man. I don't make it that way. I've been tried like that. Like I said, I've worked around people that didn't have that work ethic as me. And I had to tell them, look, you cannot hide up under me. I'm here to do my job and go the fuck home. I'm not here to sit up here and tell, because, a lot of us, we feel like to get over, we start politicking and telling all our business. Sometimes to the point where we just making up shit. Oh, my mom, she couldn't even afford bread last week. Just making up bullshit just so our overseers, the dominant society, will take pity on us. They don't give a fuck. All they're going to do is take the information and talk shit about you. So it's just like, it's just one of those things where you have to have intrinsic value in who you are. And don't fuck it up for the people that, really trying to make bread at the job. I get it. You don't like the job, that's fine. But that doesn't mean you go out of your way to fuck it up for somebody else. And I'm not saying that sister or whoever he was fighting with fucked it up for him. But what I am saying is have discernment. Have better judgment. If y'all fighting and arguing like that, y'all need to agree to disagree and get the fuck away from each other and have some peace in your life. Don't just keep fighting where motherfuckers is calling the police. You call the police on a black man, he can get killed. So it's like, sometimes I feel like men and women should just leave. You shouldn't be calling the police. You shouldn't be doing that. He could have got killed. Now, suppose that woman called the police and they came in there gun blazing and shot the nigga. Now what you gonna do? Now you gonna be the person that called the police on him. Like I said, I don't condone all the shit, but I don't know what went on personally, but I just know he's gonna start losing sponsorships. Let this shit come out that he's found guilty by any means. He ain't gonna act no more. This is a wrap. And he's gonna have a bad reputation. That's why a lot of the times don't do deals with these motherfuckers in Hollywood where you own these covers and you wear tight shit and looking feminine and moist and all. You sometimes don't do that shit because they'll treat you like a pig. They'll fatten you up for the slaughter. But anyway, man, leave your comments. You already know what it is. You know what it ain't. It went over 3 minutes. Hey, shout out to everybody, man, on Sunday, man. Go check out John Wick. I just went and checked it out. Very, very good movie. And go check out Knock on the Cabin with Batista, that wrestler. He did a great fucking job. That was a great fucking movie. Great movie. And I've been watching some movies. I was watching the Casey Anthony thing too. Man, they have the little documentary on her too. I've been watching documentaries and stuff. So, hey, man, and stop worrying about what LeBron and the Lakers gonna do. Man, fuck the Lakers and fuck LeBron, fuck all them. Are y'all making $200-something million? Motherfuckers, I ain't never been around people more worried about what the Lakers gonna do or what the Celtics gonna do. I don't even get involved in that. I'm not making any money, so I kind of really don't give 5 fucks. I don't have no more fucks to give. I'm broke. I gotta get up and go to a court plantation, and these niggas on millions. So whether they play, they don't play, I give a fuck about that shit. Worry about your lane. Worry about what you're supposed to be doing instead of everybody else's lane. I am out. Guilty, nigga. Peace.